Testing 1 2 1 2. I can hear myself too. And thank you guys for joining us today. Sorry for the delay. We're here at Brookstone at the Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex for the Manchester versus Brookstone game. Here we are in the top of the first inning. It's already 2-0 Manchester with a 2-run shot. We'd like to thank it's the NAIG2 Commercial Game of the Week here at Brookstone, presented by Glenn Smith, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. We'd like to thank Jack Hayes and the NAIG2 commercial team for their support of our coverage of all Brookstone athletics. And a special shout out to Brookstone High School's athletic director, Jamie Williams, as we start this game off here. Mary Carter Ford ends the first inning on a strikeout. So to catch you guys up, Isabella Aguiar hit a 2-run shot in the top of the first to put Manchester up ahead as Manchester gets ready to take the field now. Coming up, starting off for Brookstone, top of the order is Mary Carter Fort, Rachel Knipe, and Madison Allport. Manchester has Kamani Mitchell on the mound today. She'll start her warm-ups here. Another beautiful day for softball out here today as the heat's certainly on us today. Blue Devils down down here from Manchester. 1-5 so far on the season. Brookstone's 1-1. Umpires for today's game. Behind the plate is Jason Smith. On the bases is Mr. Tim Browder. How you doing, man?
Leading off for the Cougars, make some noise for number 2, Mary Carter, MC Ford.
All right, we got number 2, Mary Carter Fort, coming up to the plate. Leading off is the pitcher against Kamani Mitchell in the bottom of the first. Sets up in the box. Mitchell throws one in the dirt, gets through the catcher for ball 1. Got a 1-0 count.
Just lost your audience. Sorry.
Ford gets a sign from the third base coach, which steps back into the box.
2-0, yeah, because they got 2.
It's 1-0 the count.
Yeah, the count on the far right. That's what
They got one up. Stop popped up to shortstop. Goes just over ahead as she misses it. Mary Carter Fort's on first base. Misread the ball in the air there.
Number 8,
commercials are right here.
Rachel Knight.
That brings up Rachel Knipe. She's starting in left field today, with Mary Carter Ford on first. Squares around the bunt, pulls back. Fort's off to second base, and she's there with no throw as the ball hits the dirt behind the catcher. Got an 0-1 count here. Squares back up, backs back up, lets the ball sail over by her head, and evens the count 1-1. Fort takes the lead off seconds. Ball goes up in the air, popped up, out of play for strike 2. Just over the fence here, and Fort goes back to second base as Knight steps back into the box after getting the signal from the third base coach. Squaring around. Steps back. Ball sails high again for ball 2. Evens the count 2-2. Knight steps back in the box. Mitchell warming up and high overhead, and she swung at it for strike 3. Got one down here in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 Manchester. Madison Allport stepping up to the plate. Starting in center field today for the Brookstone Cougars. Mitchell with the throw. In the dirt. Fort takes off at third. She's in there on a wild pitch. 60 feet from home plate now with one out in the bottom of the first, down 2-0. Allport steps back in the box. Mitchell with the pitch. Ground ball foul, third base line. Third base coach dives out of the way. Evens the count 1-1. Ball in the dirt, and Fort takes off for home, and she's in there standing, no throw. Another wild pitch there. Makes it 2-1. Cougars slice the Manchester's lead in half, 2-1 now here in the bottom of the first with one down. 2-1 count. Inside on the pitch there, makes it 3-1. Madison Allport with a hitter's count. About this time right here, you want to make sure it's perfect pitch. And ball 4, she takes off for first. Bringing up Peyton Regal. Peyton Regal. Starting at first base today. So that makes it 2-1 Manchester. We got one down, one on first. Regal up to the plate. Squares around the bunt. Let's hit the dirt, and she's off for second. Throws a little late. She goes in standing to second base on the stolen base. So that makes it a 1-0 count on Regal with Madison Allport on second base. Ground ball to short. Waits on the ball. She throws it to first, and it goes past the first baseman's glove into the fence. Allport comes around to score on the E3 as Regal stays at first base on the air throw.
Number 22, Addison Marsall.
That brings up Addison Marsoff, starting at shortstop today for the Cougars. Got a lady on first. One down, ball in the dirt. She takes off for second base on another wild pitch. Jason Smith goes out to brush the plate off. Marsoff back in the box. Ball hits in front of the plate for ball 2. Sets up a 2-0 count. Ball game tied at 2-2. One out, man on second. Ball outside, makes it 3-0. And she takes off at third base on the errant throw from the catcher. So Rigel stands on third base with one down, 3-0 count on Marsoff. And high ball 4 puts runners at the corners here with one down in the bottom of the first.
Keep it going for the Cougars. Number 7,
That brings up Louise Gudger. Start at second base today for the Cougars. Nice warm day out here at Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex. I'm here with Ty Jackson. Thanks again to the AD at Brookstone, Jamie Williams, for allowing us out here to broadcast this game. And the ball's stroked down the third baseline, foul by Gudger. Brings up an 0-1 count. Marsoff goes back to first base. High ball, she takes off second base, and nobody's covering second as the ball goes into center field, and Rago will score. Stolen base attempt by Marsoff. Nobody covering second. Ball went into center field as Brookstone takes the lead 3-2 here in the bottom of the first, and we have a coach's timeout, as we'll take a timeout here for a little commercial break. We'd like to thank Jack Hayes and the NAIG2 commercial team for their support of coverage of Brookstone Athletics.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
And we're back here at Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex. Still bottom of the first. Brookstone up 3-2. And we got a 3-1 count here on Gudger. Marsoff still on second base. One out in the bottom of the first. Ball in the dirt for ball 4. Gudger takes off for first. So that brings up Camille Hargrove, starting at third base today for the Cougars. Ball goes high. Ball 1. So we got men on first and second. One down in the bottom of the first here. She pops one into left field, just over the shortstop's glove, loading the bases for Annie Cochran coming up to the plate, the starting right fielder for Brookstone today.
At bat, number 3, Annie Cochran.
So now it gives us bases loaded with one down in the bottom of the first inning. Cochran hoping to extend the lead here in the bottom of the first already. 3 runs in, only one down. And the first pitch strike from Mitchell. Ball low and in. She hits it foul down towards the third base dugout. Makes it an 0-2 count. Back in our day, we would taught to choke up on 2 strikes. See what Cochran does here. She pops one out toward third base. She gloves it, throws it home. Catcher's not near the plate, so she'll be safe at home. No force out on the throw.
Here she comes, number 4, Eloise Fentress.
Makes it 4-2 Cougars. Bottom of the first and 1 down. Eloise Fentress, the catcher's up to the plate. This is the 9th batter of the inning for Brookstone already here. She pops one out towards left field. Looks like it's going to foul and out of play for the first strike. Base is still loaded here. 1 down. Fentress comes back to the plate to step in the box. Looks for a sign from the third base coach. And she gets one by her an off-speed pitch, making it 0-2 count. Fentress hoping to extend the lead here in the bottom of the first. Ball in the dirt for ball 1, makes it a 1-2 count. Another ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Goes for home, no throw. Puts him at second and third, makes it 5-2 Brookstone. Another wild pitch in the dirt here. Makes it a 2-2 count on Fentress. Second and third, 1 down. Pops one foul to the right. Battles to stay in the count. Still an even count at 2-2. Pitch, she reaches out, pops it towards third base grounds it, throws it to first, and she's out for the second out of the inning. But it still plates Camille Hargrove to make it a 6-2. Andy Cochran moves over to third. So that makes it a 6-2 ball game. Runner on third with 2 down here as Mary Carter Fort comes back to the plate. We officially batted around here in the first inning for Brookstone. Pops one up, foul side, first base line, and it drops foul. Just between the pitcher and the catcher there. Makes an 0-1 count as Mary Carter Fort comes back to the plate to come get ready to hit. Ball high just overhead, evens the count at 1-1. Pops one out towards center field, and it drops in for another base hit as Cochran comes in to score from third.
Here we go, Cougars.
Making it 7-2, bringing up Rachel Knipe for the second time this inning. Struck out with a ball over her head the first time around. So Mary Carter Ford at first base. We've got Knipe up to the plate, squared around the bunt, pulls back, grounds one, little spinner, rolls foul. They pick it up And it's down for strike one, just on the right side of the first base line. So we got an 0-1 count here with 2 down in the bottom of the first. Cougars lead 7-2. Knight facing the pitcher. Strike, just let her high there, makes it 0-2 as Fort takes off for second base with no throw. Little delayed steal there with 2 down. With an 0-2 count on Miss Knight. Faces the pitcher. Swings the one a little bit ahead of it, drops down, foul down the third base line. She battles to stay in. Still 0-2 here. Ball in the dirt. Fort takes off a second for a lead, goes back. You got a 1-2 count now on Miss Knight. Pops one foul out of play towards the concession stand. Battling this at bat with 2 foul balls with 2 strikes to stay in there. 1-2 count still on Miss Knight with 2 down. Mary Carter Ford on second. Swings, another foul ball down the third base line. Still battling with 2 strikes here, down 1-2. Ball high, makes it 2-2. Ball in the dirt, to fill him up. Fort takes off for third, and she's in there. Another stolen base for Fort. We got a full count on Miss Knight with a runner on third. 2 down in the bottom of the first. Pops one foul down the third base line again. Keeps the count full, 3-2. And goes down for ball 4 in the dirt, past the catcher, and she comes around to score from third base, making it 8-2 Brookstone in the bottom of the first with 2 down. Knight draws the walk after a long at bat. She battled a couple 2 hit strikes. It's one of those long at bats you like as a coach, especially a hitting coach. She had about 4 balls. She fouled off with 2 strikes there to stay at the bat. Ended up on first base with the walk, bringing up Madison Allport. She walked her first time up and scored. Ball high. Another ball high. She takes off first. Goes back. Makes it a 2-0 count on Allport. Ball in the dirt, gets past the catcher. Knight takes off for second base. Three-0 count on Allport here. Let's see if the coach gives her the green light. And she strokes one out left center field, just up against the fence, just short over. She was up at second base with the double. Knight comes around to score. Hard hit double to left center up against the wall for Miss Allport. Looks like she did have the green light with a 3-0 count. Bringing up Peyton Rigel. It's a 9-2 game here in the bottom of the first for Brookstone. Miss Rigel will be the 13th player to the plate today so far in the first inning. She smoked ones out to right center field. It drops in for another one. Allport comes around to score. Rigel's going to third. Throw comes in late. She's in there with a stand-up triple. RBI triple as Allport comes around to score. Puts a 10 spot on the board so far for Brookstone. Bringing up Addison Marsoff, who walked her first time up, had a stolen base, came around to score. Drops in for a strike for the first pitch. Makes it an 0-1 count on Marsoff. Runner on third with 2 down in the bottom of the first. Ball in the dirt outside, evens the count at 1-1. Ball high for ball 2. Makes it a 2-1 count on Marsoff. Ball hits in front of the plate in the dirt, gets past the catcher, and Rigel comes in to score on another wild pitch. As the count goes 3-1 from Marsoff. Makes it 11-2 Brookstone here in the bottom of the first. And ball high, ball 4 gets past the catcher. Marsoff takes off for first base, bringing up Louise Gudger for the second time, as she walked and scored her first time up. Gudger, the 15th batter of the inning so far here.
In fact, Louise's favorite thing to do is playing softball and doing crosswork.
Oh, shit. Got a 1-0 count here, runner on second. Throws a strike on the outside corner of the plate, makes it a 1-1 count on Gudger. Ball in the dirt, ball 2. Makes the count 2-1 here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. Ball high, ball 3. Brings the count to 3-1. Throws a strike to make the count full, 3-2. Here with 2 outs in the first inning. Third out to end the inning. Brookstone brings 15 to the plate, scores 11. I'd like to thank our presenting sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, and Kinetic, and Houston Clinic. We'll take a break, get ready for the second inning.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Hit the road in a rugged new full-size Chevy Silverado with discounts up to $12,250 off MSRP. New Chevy Traverse, the spacious and comfortable ride with affordable pricing. Now with discounts up to $4,000 off MSRP. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Let me know when. Let me know when we're back on. Let me know when we're back on. All right, and we're back here for the top of the second inning. It's the NAIG2 Commercial Game of the Week here at Brookstone, presented by Glenn Smith, Coke, Kinetic, Houston Clinic. Addison Ellison up to the plate. Ball 1 low and inside. And called strike. He was the count at 1-1 here with the score. Brookstone 11, Manchester 2 in the top of the second. We got a 1-1 count here on Addison Ellison. Mary Carter Ford on the mound. Ball low, hits the plate, 2-1. Umpire Jason Smith jumping out of the way just in case. Pitch just inside, making it 3-1 on Ellison. Hitters count. Here to lead off the second for the Manchester Blue Devils. Manchester started the season off 1-5 so far this year. Strike 2 to make it a full count. Caught the outside part of the plate there. She battles a foul one off there. Keep the count full at 3-2. Coach calls time to talk to the pitcher here. We'd like to take this moment to thank Jack Hayes and the NAIG2 commercial team for their support of our coverage of all Brookstone athletics here at the Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex at Brookstone High School in Columbus, Georgia. Special thanks again to Brookstone High School's athletic director, Jamie Williams, for having us out here today to broadcast the softball game against Manchester. Coach heads back to the dugout after the timeout. Had a little talk with her pitcher there with a full count still here on Addison Ellison as play starts back up. And she swings and misses for the strikeout. Bringing up Harlan Townsend, starting third baseman for Manchester. past the catcher for ball one. Brings up a 1-0 count here in the top of the second. Pokes one out down the third base line at the dugout. Foul. Even in the count at 1-1. Ball rolls to the plate for ball two. Making it 2-1 on Harlan Townsend. First time up to the plate today here in the top of the second. Ball in the dirt for ball three, making it a 3-1 count. Houston Clinic. The top of second goes down. Manchester left one on base on an E6. 3 Ks for Mary Carter Fort there in the top of the second. Brings her to 5 for the game. Leading off here in the Bottom of the second for Brookstone is Camille Hargrove, Annie Cochran, and Eloise Fentress. Here at Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex at Brookstone High School in Columbus. Got a little cloud cover over here now, making it a little bit better. Manchester's bringing in a new pitcher here in the second inning. It's Isabel Aguiar. Steps to the bump.
Number 3, Isabella Aguilar.
Kamani Mitchell goes out to shortstop. As her and Aguiar swap positions. In the first inning, Brookstone tallied 11 runs, bringing 15 to the plate. Looking to repeat that here in the second inning against Aguiar. Aguiar's done with her warm-up pitches as Camille Hargrove gets ready to step up to the plate. Starting third baseman for Brookstone. She singled the first time around and scored. Ball in the dirt for ball one. Start off the bottom of the second inning. Hits one up and over the screen here. Foul ball for strike one, even in the count at 1-1. Take this time here to shout out our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Whether you need a S10, Suburban, Tahoe, truck, car, all you need, Glenn Smith Chevrolet's got it. With a great sales team out there. As we got a 2-1 pitch. Just high for 3-1. Hitter count for Hargrove. Here in the top of the leading off the top of the second. Ball goes inside, hits off the catcher's foot. As Hargrove takes off for first base with a walk.
To the plate for
Bringing up Annie Cochran.
Number 11,
oh.
Weezy Turner.
We have a substitution here in the game for Annie Cochran. Now it's Weezy Turner at the plate. She pops one out towards first base down the line, goes foul for strike one. Ball goes in the dirt. Catcher goes to pick it up. She's off to second base, and Hargrove's there with no throw on the wild pitch. Makes it a 1-1 count. Runner on second here with no outs. Ball half, 2-1. Weezy swings and misses to even the count at 2-2. As Hargrove takes the lead off second and goes back. And she swings and misses for strike 3. Ball hits the ground. Catcher tags her for the first out. Bringing up Eloise Fentress, the catcher for Brookstone here. As we got one down in the bottom of the second with a runner on second. Ball one on Fentress. Ball outside, making it 2-0. Pops one out. Catcher jumps up and she can't wrangle it in. Drops foul, making it 2-1 count. Great effort by the catcher there. The pop up just could not get it to stay in the glove. That was Arabella Norman back there catching. Ball in the dirt, making it 3-1. Down the middle, she pokes it foul out of play down the left field line, bringing the count full 3-2 with a runner on second here in the bottom of the second inning. Ball goes outside. They give her the base. Ball 4. She takes off for first base, making it first and second, bringing up Mary Carter Fort. In the first inning, Mary Carter Fort, reached base on an E6 on the shortstop and a single, scored twice in an 11-run first inning. Now she steps to the plate with a man in scoring position. Runners on first and second, one down. She watches the first strike pitch go across for a high ball. Goes high ball 2. Bringing the count to 2-0. So we have Allie Adams coming in for Rachel Knipe up next. She's in the on-deck circle. As that pitch goes behind the batter there, lose the catcher. Both runners advance. Camille Hargrove looks like she wasn't sure whether to go to third base or not, but then saw that Fentress had already gotten to second, so took off. Now we got runners at second and third with one down and 3-0 count on Mary Carter Fort. That ball's a strike. Catcher misses it, goes behind it to the backstop. Nobody advances. Brings the count to 3-1 with a runner on second and third. Ball low for ball 4 as that loads the bases for Allie Adams, who comes in to hit for Rachel Knight here in the second inning.
Bat number 91, Allie Adams.
gets a signal from the third base coach where she steps in the box. As she pokes one out towards left field. Left fielder comes in charging, and she can't get to it as it hits the ground. Everybody moves forward 60 feet as Camille Hargrove comes in to score.
Number 6.
Making it 12-2 here in the bottom of the second. As Lauren Adams comes up to bat for Madison Allport. Watch the first one come in for a strike. Still bases loaded here and one out in the bottom of the second. That ball's just inside, even to count at 1-1. Ball high for ball 2. Bring the count 2-1. Bases loaded in the bottom of the second. 12-2 Brookstone. Ball 3, bringing the count to 3-1 on Lauren Adams. Her first plate appearance for the Cougars today. And high ball 4 as the ball gets past the catcher. Everybody advances anyway, regardless, because of the walk. Making it 13-2 here. Bringing up Madison, bringing up Peyton Rigel.
At bat, number 20.
She reached twice and scored last inning. She comes up with bases loaded. Up 13-2 here in the bottom of the second for Brookstone. One down. Strokes one down the third base line. Fair as it gets past the third baseman. Cougars are rounding the bases for a 2-run double for Peyton Rigel. That makes it a 15-2 score for Brookstone here in the bottom of the second with one down.
22, Addison Marsoff.
Addison Marsoff comes up after reaching twice in the first inning, scored once. She comes up with men on second and third with one down and a 15-2 lead. As that one hits her right on the wrist. Loading the bases here for Louise Gudger. She comes up as our ninth batter of the second inning.
Louise Gudger coming to the plate.
Still one down here in the bottom of the second. She watches strike one, making the count 0-1. She reaches down and hits one down to third base. She goes to tag and misses the runner going to third. As the runner scores from third, Gudger reaches first on the E5. Making it 16-2 Brookstone as Hargrove comes back to the plate after leading off this inning with a walk and already scored one run. Swings and misses at the first strike. Bases loaded again here with one out in the bottom of the second. Watches that one go outside to even the count at 1-1. Watches that one sail a little high there, making it 2-1. That one crosses over to even the count at 2-2. Got a 2-2 count here, one down. Bases loaded in the bottom of the second. 16-2 Cougars. And she sails one high to bring the count full, 3-2. Strokes one up center field for another base hit there. Center fielder has a little trouble bobbing with the ball, but they all move forward just one base, leaving the bases loaded. Another one scores here. Camille Hargrove reaches again today, bringing up Wheezy Turner again, who K'd first time around. Looking to change that fortune here with bases loaded and one out here in the bottom of the second. As the Blue Devils go to make a pitching change, they bring in Harlan Townsend. While she warms up, we'll take a break here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. We'll see y'all in a bit.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Hit the road in a rugged new full-size Chevy Silverado with discounts up to $12,250 off MSRP. New Chevy Traverse, the spacious and comfortable ride with affordable pricing. Now with discounts up to $4,000 off MSRP. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to smile.
Back here at Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex at Brookstone High School in Columbus. As Harlan Townsend finishes her warm-ups, she's just coming to the game on the bump for the Manchester Blue Devils. We got bases loaded, one down, 17-2 in the bottom of the second. Brookstone leads Manchester as Wheezy Turner is getting ready to step up to the plate for the Brookstone Cougars. Wheezy came in this inning for Annie Cochran and struck out her first time around, looking to change fortune on this at-bat. Swings and misses at the first one, make it 0-1. Ball in the dirt. Evens the count at 1-1. Turner steps back into the box with a 1-1 count here. Bases loaded. Ball in the dirt gets past the catcher, but nobody advances. Make it a 2-1 count. Oh, is it hit or foot, apparently? Jason Smith calling the hit by pitch. Bringing in another run for the Cougars, making it 18-2.
Number 4, Eloise Fentress.
That brings up Eloise Fentress, who walked and scored her first time up this inning. Should be the 12th batter for the Cougars so far this inning. That ball goes in the dirt, past the catcher, nobody advances. Still got bases loaded and one out for Brookstone. Again, thank you guys for checking in and watching here as the NAIG2 Commercial Game of the Week here at Brookstone, presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, and Houston Clinic. As that ball hits the dirt, then hits Fentress's foot. 2 hit by pitches in a row. Another run comes in for Brookstone, making it 19-2, leaving the bases loaded. As Mary Carter Fort comes up for her 4th plate appearance of the day. She scored all 3 times in her first 3 at-bats so far today. She's reached on an error, had a single and a walk.
Number 2.
She comes up to face Townsend for the first time here in the second inning. Cougars with a 19-2 lead. Ball comes across the inside corner for the first pitch strike, making the count 0-1 on Fort. Brookstone has scored 19 unanswered runs so far this game. Fort strokes one down the left field line, foul, bringing the count to 0-2. Question is, do you choke up and battle, or do you just hack at this point with 0-2 count? That one hits her in the thigh. Third hit batter in a row for Brookstone. She reaches for the fourth time today so far in the 2 innings. Bringing up Rachel Knight.
Number 91.
Oh, 91, I'm sorry. Allie Adams, who reached on an error in left field her first time around and scored. So we've got a 20-2 Brookstone lead here in the bottom of the second with one down. Base is still loaded. Adams lets that one pass the catcher for ball one. Just inside ball two. Manchester started off the top of the game in the top of the first with a 2-run homer from Isabel Aguiar. Brookstone's come around to score 20 unanswered since. That one's inside for ball three, making it a 3-0 count on Allie Adams. Let's see if she's given the green light with the 3-0 count. That ball's in the dirt for ball four. As she reaches, everybody moves forward 60 feet. Brookstone scores their 21st run of the game, making it 21-2. With Lauren Adams up to the plate for the second time this inning, who came around and scored earlier. That ball just inside for ball one. Base is still loaded here for Brookstone. Strike one to even the count. Brookstone scored 11 in the first, so far 10 in the second. Lauren Adams being their 15th batter this inning. Ball high 2-1. Manchester's on their third pitcher so far today, through one of the third innings. Adams swings and misses to even the count at 2-2. Again, base is still loaded here for Brookstone in the bottom of the second. Townsend hits the rosin bag to try to alleviate some of that sweat in this humid Georgia heat. That ball goes into the dirt, hits Adams's foot, and she takes off at first base, bringing another runner in, making it 22-2 in the bottom of the second. That brings up Peyton Rigel, who's reached and scored 3 times in 3 plate appearances so far today. Her last at bat being a double out to left center field to score. Runner on third leaves early. Umpire calls it for an illegal move, coming off the bag too soon, so now she's out, making it 2 outs. And Rigo hits one up the middle for another base hit. Everybody moves forward 60 feet to load the bases back up again for the Brookstone Cougars. So Rigo's reached base all 4 times today. As Addison Marsaw steps up to the plate with the bases loaded, she's reached 3 times and scored twice so far. And she was stranded at second in the first inning at the end of the 11-run onslaught as she leaves early from third again. Another illegal move by the base runner, so the umpire calls her out. And that ends the second inning as we go to the third. I'd like to thank Glenn Smith Chevrolet, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, Houston Clinic. We'll see you in the third.
I'm always on the go. But with the Kinetic Credit Union app, Kinetic is always with me. The Kinetic mobile app is virtual banking at its best. With the Kinetic mobile app, I can easily send and receive money, make a deposit, pay some bills, and I can even open up a new account, all from my phone. And I can monitor all my accounts in one place, all on the go. The Kinetic mobile app, energized banking at its best.
Kinetic Credit Union, the energy for your dreams.
It's a great day for a new Chevrolet from Glenn Smith in Opelika. Hit the road in a rugged new full-size Chevy Silverado with discounts up to $12,250 off MSRP. New Chevy Traverse, the spacious and comfortable ride with affordable pricing. Now with discounts up to $4,000 off MSRP. People from all over the USA are coming to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Get ready to drive and get ready to...
We're back here in the top of the third inning. Manchester comes to the plate. It's the NAIG2 commercial game of the week here at Brookstone. Here at Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex, Brookstone leads 22-2. As Carmani Mitchell comes up to the plate. Leading off the third, she led off the game with a strikeout. First ball in the dirt for Mary Carter Fort makes it a 1-0 count. We'd like to thank Jack Hayes and the NAIG2 commercial team for their support of our coverage of all Brookstone athletics. As that ball's in there for strike 1 to even the count of 1-1.
Batting for the Blue Devils, number 4, Kamoni Mitchell.
And she hits one out toward third base. She snags it, throws it over to first, high. Past the first baseman, goes off to the fence. Mitchell takes off at second base, and she's in there sliding. No throw on the E5. She takes off, gets on second base with a 2-base error. Bringing up Armani Cooper here. Armani Cooper walked and scored her first time around. That ball's low and inside, making it a 1-0 count with Mitchell on second base. Ball high. Got a 2-0 count. Ball high again, making it 3-0. Cooper looking to reach base for the second time today with a 3-0 count. That one crosses the letters to make it 3-1. Called strike from umpire Jason Smith. Strike 2 to make the count full. That one went across the knees. Full count, nobody out. Mitchell on second base. Ford looks to come back from a 3-0 count and cannot do it. As she throws ball 4 high. As Cooper heads to first, making it first and second for Isabella Aguilar,
Bat for the Blue Devils, number 3.
who hit a 2-run home run in the top of the first inning to plate Manchester's only 2 runs. High and inside for ball 1. Ball low, makes it 2-0. Runners on first and second for Manchester, as they look to put somewhat of a dent into the score here with a 20-run deficit. Down the middle, she pokes one out towards center. Shortstop gloves it, throws it to second base. Doubles up the runner at second as Mitchell's out. Nice little double play there made by Marsoff. She tossed it to Gudger for the second out. Turning 2. Great defensive play to make it 2 down with a runner on first as Cooper's still standing over there. Brings up Addison Painter, designated player today for Manchester. She's got an 0-1 count. 2 down here in the top of the third for Brookstone. Ball high, evens the count at 1-1. Those ones, she hits one down towards the first base dugout for a foul ball, making it 1-2. A little late on that one. Swing and miss as she strikes out to end the top of the third for Manchester. Manchester ends it up with 1 left on, no hits, no runs. Looks like that's the end of the ball game with the mercy rule. Again, we'd like to thank Jack Hayes and the NAI G2 commercial team for their support of our coverage of all Brookstone athletics, as this was the NAI G2 commercial game of the week at Brookstone. Thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet, our original presenting sponsor, Coca-Cola, Kinetic Credit Union, Houston Clinic, and Brookstone High School Athletic Director Jamie Williams for having us out here at the Calhoun Thayer Softball Complex as we end the game 22 Brookstone, Manchester 2. We'll see you guys next time.